Good morning, my people. How are you today? It's a new month. Baby girl, you will rock with me. You will stuck with me. Good morning, my people. It's a Monday. Kakati. Yesterday I was at a barrio deep down in Masake. Yobaita yo Chibuka. It's 200 and I drove for 219 kilometers to get to that place. 219 kilometers to get to that place. One of our neighbors lost his brother, so we went for a burial. I learned a few lessons from there, but I wanted us to all share what we learned on Sunday. On Sunday, and it's you know, we share sometimes, and people learn from what we have learned from our experiences. So what did you learn yesterday that you would want to share, with other people? You could probably have come across someone in a bus, someone on the road, a situation that you went through, and you saw something, you got a lesson. I would like for us to share that, for someone else to learn. As I'm also going to share my own lessons, stuff that I learned yesterday at the burial. When I go for burials, I like to go and listen to the things being said about the person that has just died. We drove we drove up to Chabakuza. Okay, we drove up to Chabakuza, then I went to Chama okuve Chabakuza to get to the burial place. Travel for 1.5 hours. That's how far it was. So actually 2 hours, because the entire journey took us like 5 hours. Then coming back, going, we didn't really face any jam, but coming back there was jam from Buddo. We traveled for 4 hours, Okuva Buddo from Buddo up to Busega. you get after the Busega roundup, northern bypass. We traveled for 3 hours, I think. 3 to 3.5 hours. Ate okusobola okumalako we moved in a convoy. Twasanze convoy yabadde etambuza ki container oba kyabadde kirimu ki trailer, and then we followed that convoy and went with it. That's how we managed to maneuver to do 3 hours. Otherwise, the people that left the burial site after we left, simanyi sawa ze baatuuse, because I can tell you that natuuse wange sawa mukaaga. Ate nga twatuuse Buddo. We reached Buddo at around 8. But you can imagine getting to Buddo at 8 and getting to my place in Matuga at midnight. Yeah, so it was so Tonzi za kumasaka road. Yo Tonzi za yo. I did not like it at all. I did not like it at all. Yeah, but anyway, what lessons did you learn from situations, from interactions, from observations on Sunday? Zoka, don't share anything you learned on Saturday. Don't share anything you learned on Friday. Share a lesson that you got on Sunday. Something that you think someone else could listen to or read and they know, I think this makes sense. So what did you learn?
Touching and dancing me, girl. I'll make you one, me make you one, me make you one, me. I'll make you smile, I'll make you feel nice. After that, I'll take you to my place where we will play. But before we play, if you're feeling good, jump, we're gonna make them dance. Jump, 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 jump. Jump, 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 jump. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Patrick, I'm not really in a good mood, but what to do? Kati tukolechi. We are late. Jama agendo tukwatira wano mukama ya anamanya. Ate munaye buli bwetuva ewaka late, jam somehow takes over. Muyombya Mark, Ntale Samuel, Tusime, Eddie Nathan, Travel Life Vlog, Reynald Jordan, Moses Adams, Nick Wabuyi, Bernard Odongo, good morning. Water is very important to your health. Let's always remember to hydrate. Yes. Wachije kuchi Bernard Odongo, how did you come to that? Something must have ticked you off. Something reminded you that water is important to us. Me, I drink a minimum of 2 liters a day. Minimum. Me. I have a 2-liter water bottle on me all the time. And I come with 2 liters from home, or if I fill it myself. And if Mama Aban fills the water bottle, she does it halfway. I don't know why. She keeps doing the water bottle halfway. 2 liters. But me, I come with 2 liters from home. And when I get to office, I top up with water. I want to drink as much water as possible. And because it not only helps clean the toxins out of your body, but I hear that it also helps with skin health, which take it. But it also helps you clean your kidneys, liver, and all those internal body parts, which take it. So drink water whenever you can. Yes. She gives you what? Halfway. She gives you halfway. Mommy, why do you give my son water halfway? I think it's a habit that she has. Eh? We need to find a way to make her stop. Eh? To say she gives us full bottles, not so. Even Aban is complaining. Eh? His mother gives him a bottle that is half water. Why? Why? Banange Vinicats, good morning. Chizata Deo, good morning. Frank Promo 2, Kwezi Emmanuel, Onyait Patrick, Big Money E, good morning. Hassan Diego. I told my mother-in-law that my father was very sick just because she had asked me for money. She was disappointed. So people only care about their wants. That's one lesson. Travel life vlog. Also, how does your mother-in-law ask you for money? Travel life vlog. How does your mother-in-law ask you for money? Me, my mother-in-law would never call me to ask me for money. My mother-in-law calls the daughter. I think it's the relationship you keep. It's the daughter to tell her that we don't have money. She would not be disappointed in the daughter as much as she would be disappointed in me. But also, I find that your mother-in-law has no business being disappointed in you. Your mother-in-law has no business being disappointed in anyone younger than her. But again, I don't know, a little rough, but that's what I think. Your mother-in-law should have like prepared for this time. This should be a lesson to us, we who are talking, including me. I have no business being angry with Aban when he's grown up, but he has not given me money. Aban owes me nothing. Yesterday, as we were going for a burial, lesson number 1, as we were going for the burial, I had it was 4 of my neighbors with me in the car, and one of my neighbors is a male, Musajja, and he has a son. I think he's his eldest son, and he was saying that for him, the moment he says Gundi, the boy should stand and start doing exactly what he says, because apparently for him, the moment his mother says Gundi njagala nkolere kino, it doesn't matter what he's doing, he stops what he's doing to go to do what the mother is doing. And I told my neighbor, I was point blank, I told him that is a very bad thing. Your child owes you nothing. You get, because you gave birth to this child, you owe them everything, but they owe you nothing. Which together, me, I find that that's one thing that, as I was reminding him, I was also reminding myself. Like when your child grows up, they're 18, they get a life of their own. Which together, when they get a life of their own, you're not going to expect them to always drop whatever they are doing to come and do what you want them to do. Which together, it would not be fair. Which together, that's lesson number 1. Namu abazadde abaana. Tozaala abaana bangi ng'osuubira nti bagenda kukolera by'oyagala. Zaala abaana b'onoosobola okulabirira ate oleme kubassaako bbanja. Okitegeera. So travel life vlog, yes, people only care about their wants, but I also find that your mother-in-law has no business calling you. Okitegeera. My mother-in-law has never called me, ever. Has she ever? She has no business calling me. My father-in-law has been no business calling me. Why? Atandika ddi yanzaalako. Okitegeera. The only time my mother-in-law should be calling me is if the daughter is in the hospital sick, or if the daughter's number is not, even when the daughter's number is not on, she calls the daughter's sister, and the daughter's sister calls me. You get, my mother-in-law has no business calling me. But then, you know, Rujanja, how does the mother-in-law call me?
If you're feeling good, jump, 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 jump. If you're feeling good, booka, 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 booka. If you're feeling good, jump, 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 jump. If you're feeling good.
And by the way, all the young men that are here, because tuchali batoba twagala, we are young. When you men, your mother-in-law has no business calling you. Don't even put that relationship there. Your mother-in-law is your mother-in-law, like it says. She's a mother-in-law. If there was no law to guide that, she would not be your mother. She's a mother-in-law. In what? In law. She's not your mother. Ochitegera nze jjajja wange yankuzana, but she has no business getting angry with me olwokuba simuwadde sente. She has no business. Nange zimbula nga ye bwe zaamubulanga. Okitegeera bannange nze ndi lwafu. Ndi lwafu. Siri rough bana mama bana agambe siri rough nnyo naye mbu sibyogera nnyo. Lwaki onkomako? You see? But you guys, you men, your mother-in-law has no business calling you. So guys, me, I find that the moment, if you have a wife, yeah, if you have a wife, when you people get married, let me take it for example. When you people get married, it's your wife that comes to your family. It's not you who goes to her family. So your mother can call your wife. Your father can call your wife because she's now in your family. She takes on your name for the guys that are legally married. You don't take on her name. So there is no way that you are part of her family. She's part of your family. She leaves the mother, she leaves the father, she comes to you. So every time your mother-in-law or your father-in-law has something to tell you, they call the daughter. And if the daughter is not answering, they call the sister or brother. It's the siblings of your wife that are supposed to call you. Try as much as possible to not cultivate a relationship where your wife's family call you for anything. If they want anything, they go through the daughter. Atemwe bagai mu Buganda, mulaba mu Buganda, a relationship yabangawo omukoto kyala na mukubukuto malaga kyala buli okyala guba mukolo munene. Okitegeera. Travel life log, try and try. You cultivated that relationship, but it might not be healthy. It might not. Oh, good morning, Bernardo Dongo. For us in the Middle East now, the temperatures are about 46 degrees centigrade. That's high. And as a result, yesterday I had one of our employees collapse and 46 is high. I've never been to a place that is 46 degrees centigrade. That is high. Good morning, Ben Kako. Kawagama Enoch. Ne ata mama abani. Muliba balalamu nyo. Mama abani ajja kubafuna mu kona somehow. Ajja tufuna talina byatufuna. Lwaki atuwa amazzi ag'ekitundu. Good morning, King Daniels, Ronald Muchwa, good morning. Daddy and his son complaining on the mom. Atajja tufuna temutukanga kanga. Good morning, Antonio Random Things, Nathan, Abdur Nasa, Ronald Muchwa. Arthur, you're right. That's why in Uganda we and they don't even come close to us or them. Exactly. Your mother-in-law has no business even nenamba you. Abeda na yonga ya emergency. For example, I can tell you the last time my mother-in-law called me twali mudwaliro and she was asking me what ward her daughter was in because tewali mulala yali amanyi nze nali ne muwala we mudwaliro nga nze nze kanza amanyi. That's the last time she called me and that's in 2020 nga bagenda kuzaala Ragna. That's the last time I talked to my mother-in-law. Jacob nnyo Edwin Mugera kyekiriwo Ronald Muchwa atenga degrees zikyali nya paka ku 50. Mwe bantu mwabali mu Middle East nga mulabi. That's a lot of heat. Kati mwe bagayi mutamwira mu vest kumuli mugendera mu vest. Oba buli omwa ina kafani. Nabimanya Kevin, good morning. JK emirimu gikutwala mbitegeera. Naye tobulanga nnyo abantu babera wano nga bakumisinga. Guys, what did you learn yesterday? We are sharing lessons from only yesterday. And when you share lessons, it helps another person nayigira kugwe probably nabanga amanye ekyokola. Eggulo nabadde mu kuziika ye Masaka ye bayitayo kibuuka. Okyamira kyabakuza noyingira essaawa 2 for 1.5 to 2 hours ng'ovuga nfuufu njereere. So we went to be there for our neighbor who lost a brother. Yeah. And I learned normally when ngenda okuziika tugendera mu masuuti. We are used to it. Oyambala ote suuti 46 nze olaba wane e Kampala. Lwe nayambala esuuti egenda nakundeka onyizo nja kuddamu njambala ndoza mu December awo. But inze nakagula endoze suuti nga 3 naye nga ziyindekawo buli sura butazambala because I find Uganda too hot also. Okitegeera. I find Uganda too hot. Kati simanyi Dubai wenyinza kubeera obeye kata obeye wa. Asa mututambulira mu vest guno musana gocha. Baba era when I go to Uganda I'll buy a Forester XT. Hey, celebration. By the way, ate kati nze kyendabye abantu abali ku mawanga nga mutetenkanya bw'ojja Uganda weeyagale kuba ye bannange mubeera mu kukola bukozi teri kweyagala mujje mweyagala olaba nze akolera e Uganda nakowa stress eggulu nabadde ne neighbor wange omu nangamba naye ndooza taata Abani teweewa stress ne mubuuza ate ntya nangamba aliwo okubonaabona kukkiriza naye okubonaabona nkulabye toyagala nga nti nvuga esi full time ne mugamba ate kati kiki nga ate kiki nga bankako okugula endabirwamu zange ne bagamba nange emmoroka eno tuvuga esi full time tetujja kugula ndabirwamu tuleke tuvuge ka esi baka appreciate nze ku kikubo ky'ettaka kiri kye twavuze 1 hour twakubye abantu enfuufu the border guys go to the burial site when they looked like animals. There was dust everywhere, even in their eyes, and they took pictures for memories. Yeah. So guys, what lesson did you learn only yesterday with the experience, with the interactions you had yesterday, with the situations you went through yesterday? What did you learn? Has told us he learned that people only focus on their wants, and that's typical of humans. That's typical of humans. That's why you find that even in politics, Katingano, Uganda, you'll find that they start the struggle with people, and along the way people drop off because probably that person was looking for an expensive car and he has gotten it. That person was looking for a parliamentary seat, he has been in parliament. And we know that in parliament, Bogena ngoli focused. One term is enough for your life to change. So there are people that were looking for one term in parliament. There are people that were just looking to have that on their CV, member of parliament. There are people that were just looking to rub shoulders with certain ministers. Everyone has a want, and once they get there, it takes a lot of self-awareness. Your mother-in-law yanyize okitegera n'atamanya nti nawe ofuna mu challenges okitegera. But for the men that are here, mukikole nga Abaganda bwe bakikolanga. Abaganda Nyazara yayitanga eri naawe n'oyita eno okitegera. Why was it like that? It's to try and cultivate a relationship where your mother-in-law, your father-in-law doesn't get angry with you because you can't give them something that they want. Era if you realize families ezisembe z'aba son-in-law, families ziba n'akasente okitegera nga be bajja n'okuwa, era naawe son-in-law bazadde b'omukyala be weesembeza babenga bagagga nnyo, obusembe nga gwayinamu ku ssente batandika okunyiigira. Nyazala talina kyaŋŋamba, bw'aba alina kyaŋŋamba akubira muwala we n'aŋŋamba, ne ŋŋamba muwala we reply, muwala we n'azzaayo. Ate ne muwala we bw'aba azzaayo reply tagizaayo nga nze mugambye, ebeera nga twayogedde n'omwami okitegeera. Naye bw'otyo bw'oyogera oyinza okuba bw'ogenda eri ogamba kano akasajja bannange maama nze sikategeera, ogamba oti ogamba twayogedde n'omwami. You have to be respectful. Abaami tetukyalabika nnyo. Ate mwe basajja mwe era omusajja omukazi olina omuwoninga nga kati bwe muwoniza, abasajja tetukyalabika n'amanya nti abasajja ab'obuvunanyizibwa nga taata Abadde balabika. So yesterday we went for a burial. Njagala nnyo okugenda n'empuliriza the things that are being said about the person that passed on. One thing I realized, you guys know this new song by Mr. Kisemakula. Mr. Kisemakula, you know oluyimba lwayimba lupya nti as you're driving in your neighborhood osange endabirwamu n'obuuza ku banneighbor bo. Me, I have that practice. Nzisa endabirwamu ne mbuuzaako okitegera n'abamu tubayitako ng'obayiseeko lwa kigendererwa nga avoiding that person is better. Gye bali abantu bwe bato n'omuyitako buyisi ng'olaba ate okussa endabirwamu okumubuuza ojja kuba weereetedde bizibu. Oba waliwo ne banneighbor nga naye bw'aba mu mmotoka takubuuza, bw'aba nga endabirwamu ebadde wansi ayambusa nyambuse. Kati naawe when you're going via them, naawe endabirwamu oyambusa nyambuse kugamba ne muba nga tit for tat is a fair game. But oluyimba lwa Mr. Kisemakula olwo lw'osanga endabirwamu that as you're driving in your neighborhood, lower your windows and say hello to your neighbors. It's a very important thing. So one of the things that was said about the late, he was a man, and I'm going to get to that place. And one thing that they talked about him was in the neighborhood, in that neighborhood it was of course their ancestral place. This gentleman came from a big family. Their father had 4 wives. Yeah, their father had 4 wives, and so where we were was the main home. It was also the place that had the burial grounds. And one of the things that was said about this gentleman was that bweyajjanga ku kyalo. So for starters, this gentleman was about 52 years. So he wasn't so young. And by the way, in Uganda, if you get to 50, oba okuze kyovola bakati ono jeke yatugamba ali mu 40 jeke katugo wayita ddamu life expectancy baba weesuneko owangadde abasajja bafiira myaka 38 39 tebawangaala nnyo kyovola katufa abamu abali aweya nti okuwangaala kwa Uganda kutono tudduka ne tusitula ebyuma ne tunywa amazzi ne tulya doodo dodo simwagala byonna kati simanya biki naye maama bani bwabisako byensoko okulya mu bulumi nsobole okuwangaalako. So of course okusendabirwamu, people were really fond of him. He would get to the village, lower his windows and greet everyone. And if you were in the village where we were, you would know that putting your windows down was really painful. There was a lot of dusting. Abana baboda bavuga bubi nnyo okitegeera. So I learned that humility is a very good thing. Obuzanga kubantu. It doesn't matter how far you get in life, or successful bitya, obuzanga kubantu. That's lesson number 2. Lesson number 1 was that your children don't owe you anything. You owe them everything because go asara wo bazali. Tibakugamba ko kubazaala. Probably lesson number 3 that I learned, guys, muve ku boda bobo ine motoka vuge motoka. Muntegera abantu bange. Bobo ine motoka vuge motoka. Nchiddamu guys. Nze mvuga buli wamu. Nze mvuga, one thing I realized is that your life, your limbs and your health is much more important than the fuel money you're going to spend. Chovola banze mvuga nengena nenona mukyala wange ku mulimu nengena neno abaana bange ku ssomero. Mukyala wange ne bwaba agenda mu saaluuni bwe mbanga nga sina nnyo kinkutte muvuga ne mutwala mu saaluuni. Okitegeera why? Because at the end of the day, I told you a story of a relative yali alina ssente ezigula emmotoka nga ne mukyala we asobola omugulira emmotoka n'atakikola. Okitegeera mukyala we abasala northern bypass emmotoka n'emukuba n'amenyeka mu n'emikono gyombi n'amagulu gombi. Do you know how much they spent just to get her to a place where she could go home? They spent about 18 million shillings. Naye mu 18 million shillings ezo zaakujjanjaba, so nga ate ne bwe yaliguze emmotoka nga primo enkadde y'emiliyoni 8. Ya omukyala n'abanga gyavuga kuba omukyala yali tagendanga mu tawuni buli kiseera. Omukyala teyayituuse ku ssali kubanze sijjukira na lunaku lwe nasemba kusala northern bypass. Okitegeera, I used to shop from Kalerwe, but I stopped because I had to park this side and then cross, and I stopped and I said, aha, sikanyanya. Okitegeera. So I stopped. So I then on the weekend, one day in the weekend, we drive and go to the market where we don't cross. Even my mama doesn't cross. You try to avoid as much as possible, because I realized that in Uganda, most people die of avoidable things that you could avoid. Okitegeera. You die of things that you could avoid. Accidents are somehow avoidable to a very good extent, a very big extent. So this gentleman, teyabadde mwavu, because when I was listening, even the friends that he had were not poor. Friends were donating 1 million, 2 million. One of his neighbors donated 5 million. You get So guy teyabadde mwavu ngate ne neighborhood gyali musinjavu, but yafudde accident ya pitch. Okitegeera, yafudde accident yachi eya pitch, which is why, guys, I'm telling you, bobo osobola ko, guys, you boys, did you see that I'm walking? Huh? Yes. So if you can avoid taking a border, guys, leave it. Drive your car. That's why I tell you, you boys, that's why I tell you guys, buy a car you can afford. Don't buy a car simply because you want it. Buy a car because you can afford it. So I find that that's lesson number 3. Avoid borders whenever you can. Chovola bana bagamba guno omwaka atayina motoka jigule emmotoka ekutaasa nze ndwawo okusala ekkubo simply because I have a car. ndwirawo ddala because if you're driving on the road where you can actually cross with the car, you cross with the car and park the other side, you cross with the car and park, you get it? So there are so many troubles that you avoid if you have JK 52 mu Uganda si moto, by the way. People die in their 40s, early 40s. Abantu abasinga webafiira in Uganda. Actually, that seems like it's the life expectancy for men in Uganda. Kanzire ani gwembade sinabuza ako bannange. When we are sharing lessons we learned yesterday. I learned a number of lessons. I'm sharing them. So if you had an interaction yesterday that gave you a lesson, if you had a situation that gave you a lesson, if you went through something that gave you a lesson yesterday, bam, share it with people here so that bayiga. After one day come to Dubai in August, olimbulira. Njagala kunganya akasente ndete family yange tulambule ko kweri edifo bwebityo. But I want to find a time when flights are a little bit very affordable. Chris Fitness, good morning. JK, babi ulira. Anti mwalesa akagambo ka babi ulira. I learned that failing is quitting. If you don't quit, you haven't failed yet. That shortcoming is a lesson and it adds 1% to you and you're better on your next try. Failing is quitting. Okay, if you quit, you have failed. Sometimes, no, kwezi. Failing is quitting. Like if you fail, you have quit. If you don't quit, you haven't failed. Yes, that's true. If you don't quit, you haven't failed. Because if you don't quit, you can still succeed. That's true. That's true. If you don't quit, you can still succeed. But sometimes quitting is succeeding, by the way, guys. Me have their businesses I quit. And then I won. In a way, I won because I saved my money. And there are jobs that I quit. That I will not do. Good morning, Tony Ronald. Emmanuel has said that quitting is failing. Okay, failing is quitting. Okay, quitting is failing. I think the right way to say it is that quitting is failing. Not failing is quitting. Joseph Barikudembe, good morning. Tony Ronald. Retirement age here is 67, 70, depending on when you have left this place. A very long time by then. Lubega Francis, good morning. Atuijuka Dickens, good morning. By the way, going for holiday to Dubai is cheaper than going to places like Zanzibar. Are you sure? Fine, Yabo, how are you? Are you sure going to Dubai is cheaper than Zanzibar? I'm going to plan it. I'm starting to now start planning those holidays for my family. Taliko kugendanga ko before webitu tubonabona nnyo nga tupatikana tukeera nnyo yaga tugendayo kaka wiki kafe ne tweyagala and we enjoy. Good morning Heath Moses. So guys, we are sharing lessons we learned only yesterday. Bya Saturday bireke kalo sobo tuli manti byabadde byagulonga byabadde bya Saturday, but don't tell us about lessons you learned on Saturday. We are sharing lessons that we learned yesterday. If you had an interaction where you learned something, if you had a situation you went through and you learned something yesterday, if you did something that taught you something yesterday, please share it with someone here. Share. Me, I learned that if you're going to do some things, I built a house, but I'm thinking about breaking down and building a proper one. But I also find that if you say okumenya azimbi walala asinga, if like you have a big plot or a big piece of land, you can leave that house there, no zimbe indala somewhere else. No zimbe eyebiroto indala somewhere else. That you are not fixed in one place to stay there paka. I remember in Kasanga when I built my first house, niwajjawo omusajja omukulu bwe yajja nimunga katubali njagala karuma ako njagala nkasitwenka kakalina nga atatwale eri kati wanozimbirawo kikalina malirize nyuma gabo wajiplandinga ojja kuzimbewa. And I'm glad I listened to him. I'm glad he even came at that time, because now I moved to a better environment, a better place. Now then nekubo yeri chame wafe bagenda bikola chorus okitegeera ligenda baliyitawo bwetini yongereyo bweti kati ngalisala kati nganze okutuuka ewange ngenda kuba nvuga less than a kilometer okuva ku chorus nga banaamukola okitegeera. But that's the plan. So we banakola chorus ewaffe tugenda kuba tuli babedde nnyo. So guys, Joseph bali kudeba agambe tewekubanja when you're doing something, especially something that is yours. Okitegeera. Make it a habit to have a family holiday at least once a year. Yes, we are going to actually do that. We are going to do that. Good morning, Derek Lole. Tukulinde this Joshua, anytime from now, because anytime from now. Good morning, all car lovers. Derek Lule Chechiriwo. I have friend, the girl yazala baby girl. Naina amukweka guy. But yesterday the guy traveled, and she dropped the baby at the parents of the guy. Kati yakoze chache echo. Yakoze katina ate obuzibu obuyinza okuba okukola ne DNA ngo n'omwana kuba kusuulidde simu. Because ebyo bintu bibawo nga gwe weesobola omukazi n'akusuulira omwana olw'okuba gwe weesobola. Okitegeera. Edwin Mugerwa, good morning. Edwin agambe, what should be the immediate step here? Kale, mutuwa magezi, Edwin anonye magezi. The Edwin is looking for advice. If you can read Edwin Mugerwa's message, the comment there, he says a friend of his had a girlfriend. The girlfriend had a baby without telling him, a girl, and yesterday he returned and the girl dropped the baby there and then she left. So what should the guy do? Me, I find that the first thing you should always do under situations like that is go for DNA. Situations like that, go for DNA and love your daughter like she's your daughter, because omanye bokaka santi mwana waba uwo bosanga nga si uongo mukwata ngo muzaye wa mama we. Okitegeera. No man should be raising a child that ali uwe without knowing. Twara ku DNA, that's the first step before they do anything. Asoka twara omwana ku DNA bwasulanga we yerabira omukazi akuze mwana we oba muwa muganda we oba mama we yamukuza. Okitegeera. And by the way guys, the moment you decide to go and have sex, we can still surround kakangede and I do this, manya nti wasobola ovaayo omwana wavirayo wato oyo omwana, you owe them everything until they leave this world, but they owe you nothing. They owe you what? They owe you nothing. Council Patrick Asiku, good morning. Antonio ojagenda okujanga, I'm out of Dubai. Katate bwenzija next month. Antonio bwenzija next month. Arthur tewesigwira ku mugalasi. Only DNA. Ndoza mukirabe kya DNA. Omukazi ayizo kusuulira n'omwana nga si wuwo. Naye amukusuulira n'otabirowooza akakaseera ako mwagala kulabirira mwana ng'omwana si wuwo. DNA yesooka. DNA bwegwa ng'omwana wuwo, omukazi mwerabire. Mulabirire mwana wammwe kuba wammwe ng'omusaayi gwammwe. Okitegeera. So guys, we are sharing lessons we learned yesterday. Lesson chije waizo lunakuleguro through your interactions, through the situations, through your work, at your job. What did you learn yesterday? Only yesterday, sharing a lesson is a guru. Yesterday, I went for a burial. We were being there for our neighbor. That's why I think that's what they do. That's what they call it. And surprisingly, neighborhood is very important. But neighborhood. Nade simulabangako. Nenga ye muchara we nali mulabiyeko, because I have ever given the wife a lift. Muchara we nali muwadeko ku lift. Nenga muchara we late tunyumya, we are not on like talking basis. You know how you take someone, you give them someone a lift, na atulao ne muvuga okuvema tugapaka Kampala nga temwenyeze okujja ko mugamba good morning ne mutuuka, because me embozi y'abakyala eba ntono naddala abakyala abafumbo. So paka mutuuka ne mutuuka dropping and mga ngenda kuleka wano na avaamu. Like I've given the wife a lift 2 times. But the gentleman nali simanyira when bazza okumbikira ne mbagamba yono bawo ono omukyala. And then they said naye kati tata abantu tuyina ntambula. And me, I love driving. Like okay, I said okay, let's go tumuziikireko. Because nange I realized actually, you guys, that whenever you can go be supportive to someone who has lost a family member, who has lost someone, go. Actually, you can even dodge a wedding, you can even dodge your kwanjula, because kweje emikolo tajja na kulaba naye mukuziika ajja kulaba. At the time when someone loses someone important to them, someone close to them, they need all the support, even if it's just you being there. Okitegera gwe genda bugenzi n'akulaba n'agamba gundi yajja. Okitegera. I realized that abantu abavuze for bofe twavuze 5 hours abantu abavuze 5 hours ne bagenda ozikirako omuntu oyo tayinza kubeerabira. Era when we were at the burial, the guy was saying one of the guys, I think he's the director of St. Mark's College in Namagoma. He was like the brother-in-law to the deceased, and he said he was telling the brothers to the guy, because he was saying the brothers and the kids, n'abagamba mwe buli muntu azza okubaziikira kuwa n'abawadde ebbanja naye mumulinnyiranga mu bigere. I don't know whether that's how they say it. So I realized that if you saw the post I put yesterday, it said that legacy is built by family, not by an individual. So one, let's be there for whoever we can be there for. Naddala ng'omuntu akuli kumpi mubeererewo, because naawe tomanya ddi lwalikubeererawo. That's a very important thing. And then while we were moving, one of my neighbors yabadde atudde wano n'agamba nze Arthur nali simanyi nti tuli ne tutandika okuba nga obuvunaanyizibwa bwaffe bwakubeererawo bangalala. Because when you're there for your neighbors, for your friends, you're not doing that for you. You're doing that for your children. You're building relationships that might possibly support your children. So as you grow up, then you start realizing that, oh, now I have to do that. As you grow up, you realize why? Because nze wadde sijja kusaba sente za mukolo ate tomanya ddi w'olindeererawo nga ate sikusaba sente za mukolo, okitegeera naye ng'ojjukira nti omwami oyo yatuwa sente z'okwanjula. You get it? So I find that growing up gives you a certain kind of responsibility. Nti kati otandika okuba nga olina budget ey'emikolo oba bawadde emitwalo 2, because egyo emitwalo 2 mugiraba giggwa ne bwe giba 5 ezo sente ziggwa ne zikugwako, kati oziwaayo n'ogola kati eyo kati that's a bridge I've created, okitegeera. So those are some of the lessons I learned yesterday. Gwe wayize eki nga sinaba wandala? Just know, even next month I might be in Mombasa. We had a family meeting and my 2 aunties had misunderstandings and they could abuse themselves whenever they meet. But it was all settled yesterday due to one auntie apologizing and coming down. Exactly, Vinny Katz. Apology is very important. You should never feel like, oh, nze ndi waggulu nnyo, nze ne bwe mba nkoze eki, okyegera. But of course that misunderstanding did not go away. That's something that you guys should not think that tekyawedde. Kikyaliwo. But at least there is a calm in the air that now people can actually come together. Tekyaweddewo. Personally, I find it strange giving someone else's wife a lift without the consent of the husband. Era nalekeraawo naye kyanyama ntisaddamu musanga. Of course the first time namusanga wa boda amutwalako yeyanyimiza nangamba nyambaako ntwalira omukyalo ono, okitegeera. Then the second time oba namusanga atambula, but then now I try avoiding it. Kati now that I even understood omwami tabeerawo, omwami abeera safari, it's really bad to give the wife a lift. Omwami agulye omukyala w'emmotoka nti omwami waba tabeerawo ng'abeera safari. That's the reason why I did not know the husband, because omwami abadde tabeerangawo, ajja n'abeerawo for like two days a month n'amala n'agenda. Kati bw'anaakusanga ng'otwala mukyala we naddala ku bwereere nga yesi ye yagamba nti muntwalirengako, it's really suspicious. And then remember there is a broadcast when nakola ne mbagamba sikyatwalako bakyala. Kati now I actually have, senga mwami wa ate abadde abeerangayo obanga obatwala babiri, that's something else. Naye ate it's fenga abasajja tulinamu amalala nti kiba kizibu omusajja okukiza omutwalako more than once, okitegeera. It's the manly thing that comes out, the ego, leka akirabika bubi okuntwalako kanneekolerera engule emmoroka eyange, okitegeera. So kati omukyala ate siyinza mutwalira ddala, si mutima mubi, but it looks strange. Senga omukyala abeera nakyeyombekedde nga talina mwami omutwalako, naye omukyala nga alina omwami omuleka. What did you learn yesterday? Nze sisondera kwanjula nabivaako. Nze kati waliwo abantu b'osondera okwanjula bw'abeera in the neighborhood nsonda nziwaayo because ezo sente ntono si wa sente nyingi mu kwanjula nze sisuka mitwalo 5 kobere gwani sisuka mitwalo 5 ejo 50k kobere era namwe abagenda okukola okwanjula bono mpereza budget ejo obe ebiri sisuka mitwalo 5 that's just me nze kyo nakisalawo nga Arthur ne ngamba omuntu bwalimpa nga budget y'okwanjula nja muwange emitwalo ekinene nyemeka 5 because nze sigenda musaba sente zaaki sigenda musaba sente za mikolo omukolo gw'okwanjula ogwetegekera oguteeka mu bwongo obwo for more than 5 years lwaki ate otuuka ogukola nga tolina sente zaagwo okitegeera me I send that money because ezo sente entono byansi byakuleka jekke Arthur for me I realize that people no longer care thieves will beat in the presence of someone nasigala nga alya chapati ye Edwin munnange ekigamba nti abantu tebafaayo abantu batya ababbi b'e Kampala tebakyata nze nange nali manya abantu tebafaayo bufi naye ababbi b'e Kampala tatambula omu kiba kibinja kyababbi nga 10 okitegeera also the other thing that happens ababbi abo olw'okuba baba bangi era mu kiyige that's why I tell you guys whenever you can avoid going downtown avoid it nze downtown sigendayo era nze now I no longer buy things from people that cannot do delivery sikyakikola you deliver or I don't come to you okitegeera so ababbi abo babeera mu kibinja ky'ababbi 10 so goyinza okujja oyagala okutaasa naawe ne bakubiramu ne batandika okulekaana ababbi ne babakuba ne babattira awo jjukira ababbi already balina amaanyi bazze kufana kuwona bagenda kukuba oyo naawe bakubiremu babaleekanire nti muli babbi babakube babooke kati ate jjukira bannayuganda baakoowa ababbi ontegeera kati bwe banaabakuba n'abalala bagenda kujja beegatteko bakube olw'okuba balaba abangi babakuba kati bayinza okukuttira awo era togezaako okutaasa kati okwewala ebyo byonna downtown togendayo totambula in isolated areas emmotoka bw'oba ogivuga nze endabirwamu zange ziba waggulu eva neggulo twabadde mu jamu endabirwamu ziri waggulu ng'emmotoka etokota neŋŋamba gana amafuta genda onywa wano mangi yes naye at the end of the day aga amafuta tegasinga bulamu bwange ezo sente zisinga bulamu bwange okitegeera so I find that obutataasa Edwin obutataasa munnanga abantu batya ababbi bakwefule ate you guys have had the situations where someone was beaten nga si mubbi naye nga bamukubye nga mubbi okitegeera wasa mukazi wo bwe batosobola linda kyekyo kyennyini jekke nze bampika tujja kukola meeting naye mbaga nze sisondera kuwasa bwe naaba siina sente zigenda kuwasa mukazi wange sijja kgendayo ewaabwe okitegeera people can pretend to be like individualistic Western countries all we want but the truth is we are about community in Africa and have to stand with each other. Yes, black and bourgeois. I find that Africa is still a communal place. Tukyazikirako ba neighbor baffe, neighbor bwakuwa budget ocha musondera, bwaba takuwadde budget nakuyita ku mukolo ogenda, nze mikolo gimpa obuzibu okugendako, naye okusonda nsonda, naye ng'ojja kumpita ku mbagayo, nkuwe ssente nneme kujja, si mu bubi, naye nze kati jamu oyo yankute ku Masaka Road nga nkwata nga nva ku mbaga era nze embaga bwe mba ngenda ku mbaga ngenda kuza kumpi eyeewala nkugambirawo n'onsonyiwa sijja kusobola kubanga wala okitegeera kasita nze mba ncontribute nze ejeetaano gyange girise y'abantu babiri okitegeera good morning Martha Academy ne Martha ogula nnyo Chris Fitness I wouldn't like anyone giving my wife a lift Chris Fitness nange by the way sikyagala mukazi wange mulabye nga ave waka alinye taxi tomutwalako otwalako waaki okitegeera waliwo n'omusajja eyo ku kyalo ewaffe avuga boda kati amasannyalaze bwe gavaako ku kyalo atukubira ne tusonda yankubira neŋŋaana okukwata kuba nali saagala muwa era nali namugamba the previous time namugamba naye oluddako sijja kukuwa ssente kati nankubira neŋŋaana okukwata akubira mukyala wange amusaba ssente z'amasannyalaze okitegeera olw'okuba mukyala wange amanyi omukubira n'amutuma ebintu kati nagamba mukyala wange oyo omusajja mugambi sijja mumugamba kuba bwe naamugamba nja mumugamba n'obusuulu taddamu kukubira ku bintu bikwata ku maka gange awo aba abuusa asusse bwe yandikomye okitegeera aba asusse bwe yandikomye bw'aba bulijjo takubira ku masannyalaze kati akubira kugamba ki n'amukubira namugamba n'omugamba maama Abani temumpadde ssente naye kati mbabanja nga kati baddamu okukubira okugamba nti akubanja mugamba ankubire I will give him his level okitegeera lesson endala mugirabye. I would not like anyone to give my wife a lift. Nze kati oyo mukyala sinza kuddamu ate kati kenategedde nti bambi mwami we tabeerabeerawo sinza nakuddamu muwera ddala lift sisobola era nja muyitangako wasuza otya nnyabo bulungi munange onosobola sijja kukutwalako abakyala oli mukyala mufumbo. I want to make it clear aleme kulaba nti oba taata Abani nampitako neighbor nampitako ate kirabika bulungi. Omusajja ayinza obutakyogera naye muli akatima kasigalamu okitegeera. Omukyala muleke embeera gye tulimu okwanjula. Let me first make my money. Wamma teri kumenya bantu. Nze siyinza kusondera kwanjula. Nina n'ebirabo byenjagala okutwalira abazadde ba mukyala kuba mbeeredde mulungi. Naye ngenda mmala bigula mbiteeke wali nekiri nkitabe wali mbirekewo awo noonye sente zigula ebirala. Ngende evimbe nga nkimanyi sente zange nga bw'ojja n'ontunula bubi ng'ogenda okulinnya bbaasi eg'emperekera nga gwe tojja. Ate ngenda bakyajinga transport ne entrance. Ngenda bakyajinga transport anagenda kwanjula kwa Mr. Dr. Kisenyi emitwalo 7 ye transport kuba tugenda walako lwakuba tewatuuka eno gye twaziise wabadde wala mwasuze mutya bannange. Discourage my wife to have very many friends. Don't discourage her. Don't discourage your wife from having many friends. Abeere n'emikwano gye kasajje banga si mibi. Emikwano gina bad influence gye mibi. Naye as long as eno hali yes Lexus esise bazigula bawoza njagala SUV fe tugula bugundi ne batuwogerera ati amafuta gaweddemu. I've grown up with stories told by people who were helped and rescued by my late dad, some of whom have not been good to us. So the sagala kwewa nnyo bantu era nomuyamba olumu it's hard for me. Yeah, Antonio, they are bad people. Yes, abantu ababi gye bali naye tekigana kuyamba w'osobola okitegeera tekigana kuyamba w'osobolera. Bw'oba tosobodde it's okay, naye bw'oba osobola okuyamba oyamba. Kati the guys that are religious, probably you know that God is there. Okitegeera, if God is there, God blesses more than people. Kati Antonio oli worry probably because of the blessings that your father accumulated which have come to you. Okitegeera. Finally omukolo gwe twasaba ogulowoozezaako ogwo omukolo tugenda gukola. Just nina byenjagala okugula ebivimbya. Nze sigenda kukola mu kakolokolo. Sawa nyina okuvimba ku buko. Nyina okuvimba. Senga nali njagala byagenda kukola akola singa obukolo singa akakolo nakamala dda. Nesebo nyina okuvimba. Nyina oteekawo ekikanga. Bato ba mukyala wange nyina obba wa challenge. Bakodomi nga buli walowooza okukola okwanjula. Bawa mama baninga yagira wano. Naye abazadde nabo they have to be reasonable in asking for bride price. Omusajja akusaba ebintu and you wonder if he's selling a plot. Nze tebansaba bintu bingi, ebintu bye bansaba senga nali byenjagala okutwala byokka senga namala dda okwanjula. Nze tebansaba sibijjukira ne bye bansaba kuba byali bitono. Bansabayo embuzi oba emu, bansabayo tebansaba nante by the way. Ne bansaba amagomesi awo, amakanzu. Ebintu bye bansaba kugaba bya miliyoni nga 4. Ezo tuzikolanga naye si byenjagala okutwala. Okitegeera si byenjagala okutwala. Njagala nveyo nga mu makaga ga Sezaala ntaddewo maaka. Ate nga si nsondere nyina okukanga. Okitegeera. But in village humanity, how can you bypass on a neighbor? Give a 5K to people. Joshua kati fe waffe bameneiba baffe balina sente si baavu fe mu estate ewaffe baneiba baffe balina sente. Just baneiba abamu baba tebanayagala kugula mmotoka either nga tebaagala kugula yakubiri kati omu bwagitwala omulala n'alinnya taxi something like that. Naye nga sente za taxi baba nazo. Help but don't expect anything in return. Tojja kuluma. Thank you Chris Fitness. Nze bwemba sikuyamba kuba ne bwenkuyamba sirina kyenkusuubiramu. Kati bwemba sikuyamba. Era nebyo byogenda mbo ogenze ku mikolo togenda ku mukolo gw'omuntu ng'osubira najja ku bugu agenda yo bugenzi. Of course it's also public relations. UBQV8 twin turbo mujiraba nene esobola okuba nga si twin tabo. Omusajja yansaba ebintu bya 45 million natya. Black and bougie. Kiki kyakuguza ekyo? Kiki kya there are tribes here that ask for a lot of money. There are tribes that ask for a lot of money. For example, I was nayogerako kwanjula sebo 2010 n'ebiri awo. Nayogerako kwanjula naye kwali kwa Luzungu. So we went for the kwanjula, but before we went for the kwanjula, they had already had their negotiations, their itesoits, I think. Itesoits. And now we reached late. Now, when we reached late, they stopped us from entering the Chidala. They asked for 6 million. Over that million, I don't remember the exact amount, but just know they asked for a lot of money. When they asked for a lot of money, the Muko was a South Sudanese, so he found the money. He found the money, and we took the money there in an envelope. They counted the money. So we get to the Chidala, and the woman's family says, you cannot sit until you give us money. So they asked us for a fee to sit down. The Muko, the South Sudanese, ne yechanga na afuma Chidala. Ne tuddayo nze nengera ne muwoya na akomawo. Ne tubawaye million emu n'ekitundu okutukkiriza okutuula. Naye era abantu abalogiba ne bagamba don't sit. You did not bring transport for the elders that came from the village. That was over 4 million. So 4 million, we negotiated, we gave them another 1.5. After that, they said, there is money you talked about with the elders that you have not yet paid. Over that was about 8 million. But they had paid 5, so the balance was about 3. Just know they had paid some money, because the figures might not be accurate. But just know they paid. Gochoma, all the figures I say may not be accurate, but I'm painting the real picture. So they negotiated, we paid some more money, and then they allowed us to sit. And then that's how the function proceeded. But just not just there, before sitting, we gave the family about 10 million. But they had already received money during the first negotiations, and still they were demanding more money. On top of the things that we brought, the physical things. So I know that there are families, there are also tribes that are very money-minded. There are tribes that are very money-minded. There are families that are very money-minded. That's why sometimes omusajja bwagula omukazi ebbeeyi bwetyo amutulugunya. Okitegeera ate abazadde baali badde bakimanya. Your child owes you nothing. You people that have had daughters, don't treat your daughter like a property that you sell and they give you money. Ene moroka bagiwanika nnuwa naye bagiwanika nnyo. Bagiwanika nnyo ate n'agiteekamu spacers. But like guys, wheel spacers. Waliwo emmoroka ezitanyuma ku spacinga. Kati mugirabe eyo nnuwa yagisaamu wheel spacers emipiira gifulumemuko. Emmoroka ezinyumira okufulumya emipiira ze ziri wansi. Kati gwe girabe kanziremuko wano mugyetegereza. Ogiraba emipiira gyafuluma. Naye tebinyuma ate musajja mukulu simanyi oba yagigula eri bwetyo oba ye yabikola naye tenyuma. Kati ate on top of that emmoroka agiwanise, he cannot afford to buy shocks. Shock emu ya side ya passenger yafa naye mulemi okuzzaawo. Kati emmoroka yonna eba efaanana etya? Yagigulira offset rims, teyateekako spacer, yagula offset rims. Naye kati ogiraba side ya passenger shock onfu. Shock emulemi okugula agula offset rims. You people prioritize. Emmoroka soko prioritizing the needs. Don't go for the wants, because offset rims are wants, they are not needs. Your car can do without offset rims, but your car ugira kati bwekunukira yonna eyeweseemu because it doesn't have proper shocks. How will Arthur at all the cars he inspected escorting him? Nze siganda banange buli ali agala okumperekera nze bwe ndijja ne mbagamba abaaye tugenda kwanjula date bwetu mmanye nti sente zange nzirina. Era don't feel obligated to give me, but you can give me a lot of money. Me one thing I realized, bw'otasaba bantu sente ng'ogenda mikola ate bakuwa nnyingi. Okitegeera kirabika kibalumiriza tulidde emmere y'omusajja esowaani y'etaano ate nze mujja kulya musambye n'ebigere. nze okwanjula ngenda kwetegekera kuba gwe mukolo ogw'amaanyi gwe tusembayo. Embaga tugenda kukola ya Amamu House, tetugenda kwemenya, bagiyita Amamu House URSB. Ansangi ki ekiriwo muganda wange? Omukazi atayinza bati yalina zero mileage naye nga bakusabirako $5,45,000. Nze ebyokwanjula tubivaako ne tubeerawo. Naye ate kati family bweso ziri deadly, bakuba n'okukuba. Bakuba muwala waabwe n'amala alwala bajja mu ddwaliro basooka kukuba miggo okusooka okumujjanjaba. Mr. Black, wali ogula brand new oba ekozeeko? Ejjogo liri ku bazadde b'e Uganda. Ate nno nsinga biraba mu bazadde baavu. Abazadde abaavu be bafuula abaana baabwe commercial product. Abazadde abalinamu ku ssente tebasaba na ssente, tebabisaba. Nze nalaba nga sezaala wange ebintu byansaba bya formality, oleete eggomesi z'abasenga bali bwe bati, leete ekkanzu z'abataata bali bwe bati, leete ekkanzu z'abakodomi bo. Osegera ebintu formality, ng'ebintu ebyo ne bwe mbigattagatta amakanzu ngulaga miliyoni ng'emu kitundu. And that's because the family is big. Nansaba embuzi, nansaba nga mutuufu bwa formality oleme kujja baleme gamba nti abaanyi. Osegera ng'ebintu ebyansaba naffe bwe twali tudde wansi tukola lisiti era bye twalikoze, kubeera walibuuziza mukazi wo basenga bali bameka, bataata bali bameka, bamamba bali bameka, ebyo bwe bityo. Volvo yiino wano, Volvo yiyo mugenda giraba, ne Volvos look safe, ne bw'otunulako ntunule. 45 million a woman with more than 100 kilometer mileage. Ate no bamala okusaba 45 million omukazi nakolako n'emikolo nga waspendize $45,000. $45,000 abazadde baali tulese netuspendinga ngaffe, kuba nze ndabika njazisaayo n'omusobyo, njazisaayo ziyinza n'okuba ntono naye ngenda zisaayo nga njagadde. Tebazinsabye, tebansabye ebintu bya mountinga kwezo ssente, okitegeera. Oyo nno omwana asala bw'ati ekkubo, tamanyi nti abavuga emmotoka e Uganda bagwagwa, kikutomera naddala ebya boda, kikutomera nonga kati senga nadduse. Bayi bw'oba osala enguudo z'e Uganda bw'oba osobola dduka. Bino bye batusomesanga mu primary nti don't run, walk slowly. If you see a gap to run, run. Nze nziruka lumu nga nsala ekkubo seeteekera. Kakati ono yazze mu leeni yange nwembadde nzirukira obulungi ate n'atandika okuvuga empola. Kati ki ekimuleeseeyo? Yalisigadde mu kireeni kyabwe kiri ekigenda empola. You people, we are sharing lessons we learned yesterday, only yesterday. Eggulo ki kye wayize kyolaba nti for the love of cars community yandibadde naye ekiyiga through your interactions, through situations you went through at work, at home. What did you learn that you find that for the love of cars community? Bwe odda muleni ki todda makati salawo leeni. What did you learn yesterday, only yesterday, that you think other people should learn from the situation? You can share. Come down the situation, but the uncles knew. Bo baali bamanyi Omusudani yalina ssente, oli Omusudani yalina ssente, nze mbabuulira kuba n'okugaana wano, okugaana okuwaayo ssente. Oli Omusudani bakwano be bamupika, omukazi mukadde omuyambi okumuwasa biki bakwano be bamupika okwekyanga kyanga ebyo, naye senga baali tebamupika ye ssente yali ali willing osissaamu, okitegeera. But anyway guys, what lesson did you learn yesterday that we can share with other people? Ono wa Benz oba avuga biki mulabe genda maaso, gende wali ku RAV4. Simanye kifudde ki Benz, manyi kiyinza okuba kidawo nga kifudde. Bagolodde Benz eno bannange. All that man I can buy my new ride and I get another wife. Thank you Joshua. kwezo milioni 45 ogule emmotoka empya n'owasaako n'omukazi ate nga n'okwanjula okumazi okitegeera ate bw'owasa omukazi ng'ava mu famire engagga ogula emmotoka 2 n'omukazi n'omugulira emmotoka n'okwanjula n'okumala ogulira omukazi nawe ne weegulira n'okwanjula n'okumala bw'oba wasiza mu famire engagga abantu aba famire enjavu be basaba ebintu ebingi babanga abaagala okugaggawalira ku paying for a virgin it's worth it otherwise emyayo gye Kampala kisana kuba wa big bottle of Pepsi waliwo omuyayu golaba mawudaji bakalubanga anyumya ebyo nagana ng'ogenda n'owasa omukazi nga ku kyalo buli omu yamuyitamu naye nga gwe gwasanyuse Arthur, I want in-laws like yours. Naye nga gye bali abatasaba bintu byakajanja balinga abagala okugaggawalira ku mwina wasa mu family ezinamu ku ssente ezinamu ku dignity and let me tell you one thing, family ezitasaba bintu bingi ziweerera abaana omwana n'asomera ddala naye ogwa ku family ng'omukazi teyasoma bazadde be tebamuweerera ebintu ebisinga byalina mu bulamu gwabimuwadde talina kyakugattako ne balyoka bakusaba ebintu naawe n'otya nogamba ne kati bano bansaba byaki bampoleza muwala waffe omulaba mulungi nga nze mulungiyizza nga gwamulungiyizza naye nze nange waliwo olujanjalo kati ntuke mbwate you ask me for money for city, you ask me for transport for the elders bo baali bakola kigwe bano abantu babenzi tekyusa giya bwotyo bw'olina okuvuga naye buli wamu noya kati awo tumanya nti benzi namu benzi ogivuga wefuula eyegendereza benzi navugako benzi ezisinga zenvuze giya zibadde enfu naye ekyo kibenzi kiri comfortable ekyo naye sibyagala kati we negotiated up to 30 million but up to now I don't visit them ako lwakuba the woman is a very good wife back otherwise ate abakoto okyala baki kubuko tebakyalayo era nze ne bwemba ntute mukyala wange ngenda kulaba oba ku maama we nkoma eno n'avaamu n'agenda. That's how in Uganda we do. We don't get close. That's the mko. Omusajja alina sente yakusaba ebintu bwe bityo kirabika nawe wamulaga nti olina sente omanyi ogenda nolaga abako nti oli munene nabo ne bagaa katumunyige naye kati anti kati Nathan ogamba 30 million is fair. 30 million byebintu bye basaba oba byebintu byonna byoleeta bwobigattagatta zijjawo zina okuba nga ziwere miliyoni 3 waliwo okubanga miliyoni 3 bye basaba naye ng'olina okugattako ebira kitegeeza ziggwera nga mwana mu 5 okitegeera. Ate one thing I realized Uganda kati with the current economic conditions, if there was a possibility of fathers saying mpereze milioni 10 tuchite so many men would just send the money gama mpa account number muzeyi tutereko omusimbi gwo onsayiningire ebbaluwa eyo nisaani ogirabye eyo nisaani ekyo nno kyakoze tekikirizibwa tolina kanikira mmotoka wano kati mu triangle buliwo bu emergency triangle. Yesterday by the way twali tugenza okuzika nalabye emmotoka 3 ezafiiridde ku kkubo. Emu yabadde Swaru ngeri ku UBQ endala yabadde Honda bakayita batya Honda kali awo katono then endala yabadde Mazda Primacy. Ize mmotoka 3 zezafiiridde ku kkubo eggulo nga tugenze tekwabaddeko Toyota n'emu. Toyota gye twali gambye yafudde baatomedde entomere trailer yakubye Alphard emabega akabina mpozi n'endala amafuta gamuweddeko naye ng'emmotoka ezafudde ku kkubo ze nalabye eggulo all my journey wabaddeko Honda, Mazda ne Subaru yalese bulesi engine check oba nfuufu yagiyisizza obubi etandika okupipira oba yanywedde mafuta mabi omanyi n'ekyo nakyo kiri awo. So, era guys try to especially if you buy these modern cars try to be very careful where you take fuel otherwise amafuta amabi gasobola okwonoonera emmotoka okitegeera. So guys, what did you learn yesterday? Lessons from Sunday to the sharing. did you learn yesterday, guys? Let's share the lessons. Zijja kuyambako omuntu omulala okwetereza obutakola bintu ebyo okitegeera. What lessons have you learned? Did you learn yesterday? In 2019, someone married my sister. She was 18, but my dad told him to bring only a girl's mahari for 1 million, and then when they were going, he gave them a 15 million to start a life because they were both young now to keep. Matembe tata oya wo mu million 15. Ye banange abagendo zara abaana abawala batabani bange be banaawasa mubeere batata ngoyo soko wili akayimba ka cafe. Ne message jitwale Yes, we can do it together as one. We can do it together as one. We are. Mukukola tuyombagana tulwanagana tusojjagana naye tukwatire wamu anti agali awamu gegalume nyama. So we can do it. We can do it. Yes, we can do it together as one. We can do it together as one. Muna, nataka jitembeli. Jitembeli. Bwana, tulikutale.
Where the highs and lows may be there, the fights may be there, but when we get together as one,
we can do it. We can do it. Tuchisabala, tuchibasa. Yes, guys, it's a Monday. Tomezi kati omwaka tugutuse makati atana nze lero ngenda kufiringa VAT naye mukama katonda after I know okusasula VAT, then at the end of the month to filing final returns. Omwaka gutuse makati. Which of your objectives or which of your goals have you reached? Mujukira omwaka gwatandika twagamba ne setting as a resolution. We decided what we wanted to achieve. How far have you gone on your achievements? Because it's half year. The second quarter, quarter by miezi esatu. So since it's 6 months, we have gone through the second quarter. What have you achieved? Olaba mwana wa boda avuga one way na ye kaza zisimanyi na kumanya naye ababoda government yabalemererwa tebasobolera ddala bakijja nyaffe abamoroka entono. Missed the Saturday broadcast, but how did the lad conclude? We wanted some advice. Tananzirira, I'm just going to text him ndaboba yaraba broadcast eyo bwaba teyagira bo yabannemye because the advice that we got here, the advice that was on this broadcast is the best that you can get, which taking because getting advice from multiple people is a very good thing. Era nsubira teyaraba broadcast eyo. Normally people abantu bagala ebintu ebiggwa amangu, but when you're making life choices tekirina kutambula mangu bwekityo. I'm going to text him to labe oba yalaba broadcast abate yagiraba agenda agirabe. Era abantu abankubira nga bansaba advice, that's how I tell them, can you watch a broadcast? Because when you ask for advice, I will not make you pay consultation for life's advice, but I can make you watch a broadcast. Then you support me as you also get advice from multiple people. One of my friends lost his wife, but the wife's family asked for 7 cows and 10 million before marriage. Guy had no... Hey, Antonio, he took the wife. He took the wife and buried him. Is a family and copy. Is a family and copy. Ate munange, I will tell you about family. But we was anga family nga nyivu waiting is a waiver. I also went for a burial sometime. A friend of a friend lost his wife, so we went for burial. Abakone bechanga nero ogenda okutunulira amaka nga kwegamba their hope was in that girl only. Okitegeera kwegamba omusajja ne bamubeera bubi ng'oyinza okulowooza yeyasse mukyala we ng'oba olowooza baadde baagala omukazi oyo okusinga bbaawe. Kitera kuba mu famire ezo enjavu ezo, kitera kubeera mu famire ezo enjavu. Kuba toyinza kuŋŋamba nti famire eyeesobolamu esobola okuzira omulambo gwa muwala waabwe. Okitegeera tebasobola kuba bebisobola, era tebaagala kusurvivingirako oyo. Kati baagala bakuggyemu ente 7 bakuggyemu ne ssente, omwana babeekugamba nga that's a very bad thing. Many money more. So what lessons did you learn yesterday? What lessons did you learn and you want to pass on? Lero tuyise mu hour ya festival day. So we have gone past our 1 hour, but I think it's a good stress reliever for today morning. We can start our day atukimanyi tulina bitufunyeemu ne experiences abantu ze basharinga. And by the way, abasajja abazadde abaana abawala, don't be greedy. Tobeera greedy. Muwala wo is not a ticket, is not like a lottery ticket bw'ozaala omwana omuwala. Okitegeera, omwana omuwala mwana ng'omulenzi, mwana ng'omwana omulala yenna. Okitegeera, so tobeerawo ng'oyagala mufunamu ssente. Tobeerawo ng'oyagala mufunamu ssente. Kansubira nti yapakinga mu parking yange. Otherwise nyatandika ozikuba ebiwo. Nze nayiga emmotoka gwe otuuka nga okola reverse ward nga toguddeewo ndabirwamu, toguddeewo oluggi n'okola ka reverse akali clean kati. But of course kati waliwo of course tulina tools ezitwenablinga kati nga bwolaba that reverse camera, okitegeera, the side mirrors bikwenablinga n'obanga osobola ate to make better decisions as you park. So yesawa mbasibule bantu bange kandabe omwana w'omwavu amenya omwana w'omwavu amenya zisinza wasa muwala ng'ewaabwe baavu sisobola kyokka abo ababooda babalira ku Rolex na munanaasi nze ne 30 million sizibawa. 30 million is a lot of money. Bo bazaala omwana waabwe nga baagala mugaggawalirako. Arthur, I told my in-laws I don't want kwanjula, but I wanted to pay cash. I was asked for things worth 40 million, but I haven't paid anything. Until now we have a baby. Nenga million ana, ebintu million ana basaba byaki. Chovula abantu babaleetera ebibba ebikalu nga birimu ennyaanya 10 n'aleeta ebibba 50 n'amaana leeta bokisi 50 olujja ne luddugala nga mulimu ennyaanya 10. But seriously, in Islam, it's advisable to support the Moko financially because it's going to take your daughter and she has been your responsibility. So a child is not property. True. Arthur, I love your content and have a beautiful day. Thank you, Jordan. Martha, do you have another sister? Because I have a little brother. . 'Cause 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 73 girls, 121. Whoa, gwenasa. Tata we yazana abana 121. By now, the guy must have texted you if he had picked ideas from the Saturday broadcast. Broadcast. I find that people want bagara ne bwaba yagala advice ayagala ya mangu. Me, I don't give things like that. I found that every time I got advice mangu went, things did not actually work out because oli akugamba yagala kugamba at that time omuvire. Maybe it's their culture. It's a source. Unmarried children, if you have been with their daughter without them knowing, and you come when she's dead, you have to marry her dead. Antonio nzewe babansalira sente nyingi nga mulekayo. When are you always live? I'm live every day, Monday to Friday 7:15 a.m. and then Saturday, Sunday 5:15 p.m. 7:15 a.m. in the morning, Monday to Friday, and 5:15 p.m. Yeah. Miyombia Mark, Ntale Samuel, Tusime Eddie, Nathan, Travel Life Vlog, Reynald Jordan, Moses Adams, Nick Wabuyi, Bernard Odongo, Vinny Katz, Chizatadeo VIP, Frank Promo 2, Kwezi Emmanuel, Onyait Patrick, Big Money, Econ Morad K Momo, Ben Kako Kawagama, Enoch King Daniels, Ronald Muchwa, Vinny Katz, Nathan, Edwin Mugerwa, JK, Nabimanya Kevin, Rubura Chris Fitness, Toddy Ronald, Joseph Bali Kudembe, Africa Carota, Lubega Francis, Atwijuka Dickens, Heath Moses, Derek Lule, Mugalasi Joshua Mixed Farm, but thank you for being on the broadcast. Thank you very much. I don't take you for granted. Videos later on when they are uploaded. Thank you very much for watching. I don't take you for granted. Thank you for also sharing the channel with other people. I can't take that for granted as well. Kaiwa Benjamin, Lucky Mose, Habat Saab, Black and Bouge, Nsanji, Sebugwao Medi, Muloza sebamazeyo bantu bange, Matembe Abdul Nasa, Jordan Mugunja Kisa, Mugunja Chisa, yes, Masalwa Derek, Chizito Dennis, thank you very much. But how about contributing for the couple instead of asking for bride price? New family starts in a positive financial track. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Market Tuesday. Come and market your business. Come and tell us about your products and services. May God bless you. Ciao.